Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Muphidaht and I would like it if you click down below to subscribe to my channel. So today, upon popular request, basically I keep getting questions in my comment section telling me to suggest foundations for you guys, and as you guys know, I'm an oily girl. I have oily combination skin. I live in a really hot, humid environment, and I just wanted to share some of my favorite foundations with you guys, along which I'm going to be giving you guys tips and tricks on how to use these various foundations. I haven't tried all the foundations out there, and these are the ones that I have tried and that have worked for me, depending on how and when I use them. Some foundations are like ride or die, which I would specify, and I'm also going to be sharing both high-end and affordable foundations with you guys, as well as powder foundations. So if you guys want to see how this video is gonna go down, stay tuned, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay guys, so getting straight into it, like I said earlier, I haven't tried all the foundations out there. There's some foundations I am willing to try in the future, but these are the ones that I have been using in my tutorials and whenever I'm going out, or whenever I have an event, or whenever I feel like putting on makeup. I have the foundations kind of lined up here by my side, and if the foundation is affordable, I'm gonna let you know. Also, I'll be putting the names of the foundation on the screen, as well as the shades that I use. If it's not particularly my shade match and I make it work, I'm also gonna let you guys know that. Let's start off with one of my favorite foundations, the Maybelline Matte Poreless foundation. This foundation is on the affordable side. It's from the brand Maybelline New York, and I'm in the shade 340 Cappuccino. I always go towards matte foundations. I also do like buildable to full coverage foundations, only because I struggle with blemishes and hyperpigmentation on my skin, so I like to cover them up whenever I am using makeup. This foundation in particular is good for oily combination skin. However, if you have dry skin, you can do a lot of hydrating products on your skin before going ahead to use this foundation. It is not self-drying, as in it can move around on your skin when you put it on, so you need to set this foundation with a powder. Also, this foundation wears very well in hot, humid environments. However, you need to do some dabbing as the day goes by. Some days when it's on the cool side, I don't even do any dabbing at all. I literally just go about my day not worrying if I'm getting oily or not, because this foundation will sit right. It's on the affordable side, so you can go ahead and get this foundation. Moving on to the next one. This is also from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation. This foundation is a sister to the foundation that I just showed you guys, but this foundation is full coverage. It would cover up all your sins. It will cover up all the blemishes on your face. It's also long wearing as well. It says that this foundation can last for up to 24 hours on your face. I don't know who would wear foundation on their face for 24 hours. I don't know why you do that to your skin. This foundation will shift and move on your face if you have oily combination skin, so you need to set it with a powder. And during the day, if it's a really hot day, it will move and shift around. But if you keep dabbing or blotting off the excess oil on your face, it can stay for that long. But it's only natural that if you have makeup on your skin, your natural oils are going to peek through your skin, so your skin would end up looking oily by the end of the day, but not greasy. This foundation is really good. It's also on the affordable side. So moving on to the next foundation. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. So it's long wearing. It says that it's 24 hours. This foundation would slip and slide minimally on your skin, not as often. Even if you're oily combination, it will slip and slide minimally. Of course, you need to set it with a powder as soon as you apply it, so that it doesn't move and slip and slide. During the day, you need to do some blotting. If you want to keep your face matte, you need to do some blotting. But if not, if you're okay with your natural natural oil peeking through on your skin, that is completely fine. Your skin is going to look really healthy with that natural glow anyways. I really do like it. So moving on to the next one. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. This foundation is full coverage. It is that girl. It's very full coverage. It has like a flawless base to it. Of course, if you have texture, it's gonna show. Foundation doesn't cover up texture again, but if you want to cover up all the hyperpigmentation on your face, blemishes whatsoever, full mustaches like me, anything that you want to cover up on your face, this will literally have you going. Like, it will cover up everything. This is the old formula, by the way. I haven't tried out the new one. I'm not gonna go out and get the new one because I still have this one here. I haven't gotten any breakouts from this foundation, and all the foundations I've showed you guys, I haven't gotten any breakouts for. If I have a foundation that breaks me out, there's no way I'm gonna use it, even if it's for a short period of time, because I already have problem skin and I'm not gonna compromise that for a foundation. No. However, it is very scented, so if you like fragrance things, you can use this one, but if not, you can reach out for the new formula. Like I said, I haven't tried out the new formula. This is very matte and very long wearing as well, but if you do not set it, it will slip and slide. I didn't really read a lot on this foundation, but in my experience, this foundation transfers. It will transfer. If, like, for instance, you wear this foundation and it's hot and you have maybe glasses on and you lift your glasses, it will lift the product off your face. But this foundation is really good. If you wear it in your face for a long period of time, of course it will get oily, so it's quite normal to get a healthy amount of shine on your face. It's also fast drying, so as soon as you apply it, you need to blend it out. Pretty much all the foundations that I showed you guys already are fast drying. I get people saying, oh my god, I use the Maybelline foundation and it's so patchy on my skin, and I'm like, what skin type do you have? And the person's like, oh, I have oily combination like your skin type, but whenever I apply this foundation, it's patchy. It's patchy because you let it sit on your face too long before you blend it out. As soon as you apply, you blend it out because it's fast drying, it's matte, so as soon as it touches your skin, it's gonna dry down. And if something is dried down and you're blending it out, it's not going to blend out well. As soon as you apply, you need to blend it out wet so that it will set nicely on your skin. Like I said, you need to set this. It's not self-setting, so you need to set this with a powder foundation, or like a pressed powder, or like a setting powder, whatever, you know, suits you, whatever you like to do, but you need to set this on your skin. So moving on to the next one. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation. This is the soft matte long wear foundation. This is what it looks like. This foundation is amazing. It hits the market. You guys should hold on, I forgot to add that the Huda Beauty foundation oxidizes, so you need to get a shade lighter than you, because once you apply it and you move during the day, it's gonna oxidize and turn dark. So yeah, let me go back to the Fenty. This one works very well. I've had it for a while. I got it based on hype and because I love Rihanna. This foundation is long wearing and it's a soft matte, like it said on the bottle. However, if it's like really hot and humid, your foundation will tend to break apart. This also oxidizes. It's one of my favorite foundations, especially if you are like filming with it, taking pictures with it. This foundation is really nice, and you get a healthy amount of shine as the time goes by. So you need to blot, and also you need to set this foundation when you apply it. Do not let it sit on your skin too long before blending it out, otherwise it will be patchy because it dries down matte, soft matte, and it is not transfer resistant. It will transfer. Also, this foundation is buildable coverage, but it doesn't cover up all your blemishes. You still have your blemishes peeking through. So yeah. Moving on to the next foundation, this is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. This foundation is quite long wearing. I did a wear test on it. It's long wearing. It's also transfer proof. If it's like moving around a lot on your face, of course it will move. If it's not fully dried down, of course it will move. It is a self-setting foundation. It's an amazing foundation. It dries down matte, a medium matte, not a completely soft matte, and not a very hard matte, such that if you apply it onto your skin, and you blend it out, it will dry down matte. During the day, it will take some time before it starts moving around on your face. Of course, you don't have to use a lot of powder to set this one. I use just a little powder to set it when I use it. But if I'm going for like an event and I'm going to stay out and it's like really hot, I would do powder before foundation. I would use a hydrating primer or a matte primer depending on how my skin is feeling and doing. This also does not oxidize. The color you put on your face is how it's going to stay like throughout the day. It's also very full coverage. It's buildable to full, like medium to full coverage, sorry. Just like the Fenty foundation, there's an option for dry skin out there. The Fenty foundation has the hydrating version and this one has the Born This Way original formula. So my camera cut off on me again. I'm truly very sorry. I was saying that these foundations have options out there for dry sisters, those with dry skin, and those with oily skin also have an option, which is very great. I really do like that these brands are coming out with options for various skin types. It's really amazing. So moving on to the next foundation, this is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I'm in the shade MACAO. This foundation is one of my favorites. It's very close to my heart. I love how lightweight it is, how liquidy it is, and how full coverage it is, and I love the way it dries down. This foundation literally looks like skin. It looks like skin. I must tell you that the first time I tried this, I didn't like it, but it has grown on me, and it's often one of the foundations that I look out for when I'm going out on an everyday basis, just because it's very lightweight and I don't need a lot of it to cover up all my blemishes. I really love that it makes my skin breathe, and during the day my natural oils come out, but at a healthy amount. So now the last liquid foundation I'm going to be showing you guys is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. Now this, guys, is my baby girl. The fact that I apply it and I look a little bit like a ghost doesn't matter to me, even though this is my shade. It appears a little casty, but I know how to work around it. This foundation is the girl you should reach out for if you're going for an event. You're gonna be dancing and jumping, and you really like, this is the girl. She's full coverage, she's long wearing, she's transfer resistant, and literally she's matte. Like if you apply this foundation and you go on with a concealer and you don't blend out the concealer fast enough, it's gonna dry down matte. So this foundation would have everything on your face drying down matte. If you have dry skin, please do not reach out for this foundation. She's on the expensive side though, but I tell you that this foundation is worth it. No cap. It's one of the best foundations I've used. It's very full coverage, and it also makes your skin breathe. It's not like dry cracking matte, but it's like matte. It will sit on your skin. Mind you, once you apply it, blend it out. Do not let it sit on your face. Do not. Otherwise, it's gonna be very difficult to blend it out. So you need to blend it out while it's wet. And every other thing that goes on your skin, blend it out immediately afterwards, because it's gonna, like, the matteness of this is gonna transfer onto the product. So this is an amazing foundation right here. Now I have 3 powder foundations to show you guys. The first one is the Fenty Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I'm also in the shade 390. It's buildable coverage. It's not full coverage, because when you apply it, you still have blemishes peeking through. I love these powder foundations because on days where I don't do liquid foundation, I just use a little bit of concealer on my blemishes and I go in to set with a powder foundation. This powder foundation is soft matte. It's not transfer resistant. It will transfer, but it gives you like a very nice blur veil on your skin. Also, this foundation would mix up with the oils on your skin and still would look really nice. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but this is a very nice one. This is on the high-end portion, but I have 2 that are not on the high end. These are both affordable. This is quite new, the Infallible 24-hour fresh wear. This is what it looks like. This I can say is a dupe for the Fenty powder foundation. It's amazing. It pretty much works like the Fenty foundation, only that it's affordable. So everything I said about the Fenty foundation applies to this one, but this is on the affordable side. This is also quite full coverage. So last but not the least, this is the Super Stay Full Coverage Matte Powder Foundation. I showed you guys the liquid foundation earlier. This is from Maybelline. This is also on the affordable side. This is a heavy powder. It's quite full coverage and it's amazing. It's matte. Once the natural oils tend to set in, it will crack a little bit. I would not advise you to use this powder on top of your foundation like the way we set our face, no. Unless of course you are using a spread out brush to do that, but if you're using a packed brush to put this on top of your liquid foundation, you're gonna look really cakey. So I would not advise you to do that. So yeah, that pretty much sums up all the foundations that I have tried out and are amazing. I'm looking forward to trying out more foundations for you guys to give you guys feedback so you don't have to go out and get foundations that are not worth the hype. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Like this video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.